Hey friends, it's Jacqueline here. In today's video, I'm bringing you my review, demos, swatches, comparisons, and these two eye looks using the brand new Luxury Quartz Hollywood Flawless Eye Filters by Charlotte Tilbury. But before we get started, and if you're new here, I hope that you will give me that opportunity and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. And now, if you want to know all the details about these two new Luxury Quartz by Charlotte Tilbury and these two eye looks, then just keep on watching. This is my last video of 2020 because after I record this video, I will be taking a little bit of a break and I will see you back on 2021. I think between the 10 or the 12, something along those lines. I will keep you posted on my Instagram, so make sure you follow me there. And if you're not subscribed yet to this channel, please go ahead and do so. Just make sure you ring that post notification bell, because that way, anytime that I upload not only a video, but if I post something on my community tab, you will get notified about it, and that way we can stay in communication. But yes, I will be taking a nice break, very well deserved one. I'm planning to perhaps start a vlog. I'm not sure. I'm just thinking about so many things right now. But anyhow, my friends, one of my favorite brands is Charlotte Tilbury, our darling. I think for the most part, Charlotte Tilbury has an amazing formulation, and she has products that really are top best, high-end, yes, pricey, but they give results. And about, I will say, a week ago or less than a week ago, she expanded her line of the Hollywood Flawless Filter, this friend right here. So now she has more shades. So she added, like, for example, if you were, I don't know, a 4, or if you were between a 4 and a 5, she has 4.5 and then 5.5 and so on. So I'm happy to see that inclusivity from her. Not only that, she also has this magical setting powder. This has been a favorite among many people, myself included. So now she also have them in mini sizes, which I think it's ideal if you just want to try the brand and you don't want to do the full investment. Same thing with the Hollywood Flawless Filter. She has now mini sizes, so that's great. And she also added on her line, I already have reviewed it if you haven't watched it yet, another one of her dual eyeliners. This type right here is black on one side and champagne on the other side, so that one is also right now available. And there are 3 new Luxury Quads, so I ended up picking up 2 of them. They are right here, Diva Lights and Store Aura. Now these quads right here, they cost each $53. They have a shelf life of 18 months and they are made in Italy, just as her other Luxury Quads. Now there's a little bit of a difference right here. Well, the first difference and the most important difference is that this is a new formulation for Luxury Quads. This is an entire separate line and we will see the packaging in a minute, but this is called the Hollywood Flawless Eye Filter. So this type of eyeshadow formulation is supposed to give you a soft focus glow filter effect for bigger, brighter, more star eyes. Okay, you know Charlotte Tilbury, right? Okay, so this is the second big difference right here, and that is the weight of each of these eyeshadows. So let me first show them to you nice and clear how they look on the inside. So here I have the quad in Diva Lights, and really nice packaging. As you can tell, it says Hollywood right here, so it's just a little bit different than what we used to see, and you can tell right away the formula looks way different to what we have seen before from Charlotte Tilbury. It has the embossing on each of the pans, really pretty. Okay, so going into the weight really quick right here, these new quads, they have a weight of 2.8 grams. Okay, so if you are used to the other Luxury Quads, the ones that we can still find them, for example, I have here Exaggerize. This comes with 5.2 grams. Now, understanding that they are different formulations, right? Not only that, I don't know if you recall when I did my review of Desert Haze, I mentioned, this quad right here has 4 grams. Okay, so we went from 5.2 to 4 grams. And then not too long ago, I reviewed the Fire Rose Quad, which is in my very humble opinion, my favorite quad, one of my favorites. I mean, like, exaggerize is one of my favorite ones, but anyhow, this baby right here, and this one has 4.5 grams. So we have seen, you know, a change. Now this quad right here is also another formulation. In fact, this shade right here is called a Super Pop eye shade, which is different from her regular pop shade right here. And if we go to Desert Haze, this one right here is an all matte eyeshadow. So we see the difference in different formulations, different lines. I think that's what she's trying to do. Just create different formulas, different lines. I don't know what she will call the Fire Rose, because it only comes, you know, in this very pretty packaging, and it was exclusive for the holidays. In fact, I don't know if you will be able to get your hands on it, but this made it to my favorite of 2020. If you haven't watched that video of the best of 2020, I will highly suggest you after you watch this one. Now, for example, this Fire Rose one, it also has 18 months of shelf life. Desert Haze, also 18 months of shelf life. But if we go back to her, you know, like her first quads, the quads, you know, like the say call it regular luxury quads, these ones, they do have 30 months shelf life with a 5.2 grams. So these new ones right here, they are about, I mean, a little bit more than half the size, but pretty much half the size, 2.8 grams. So I don't think that she needs to do a disclaimer. I know some people are very upset about this, because obviously you're paying the same amount of money, that $53, and getting half the amount. I think she's trying to get away that this is another formula, the Hollywood formula. I will have to say though, I know packaging can be very expensive. Now, Charlotte Tilbury was sold, and she's still leading part of it, you know, the creative aspect of it. But I think it would have been better and a little bit more, I mean, like, clients that we are solid clients from Charlotte, we may feel a little bit like, oh, okay, this is a different formula, but in a different format as far as presentation goes, as far as the palette. Although, I mean, I will have to give it to her that she, you know, she has this sign right here that says Hollywood. So if she's planning to expand this line, at least we know, okay, we're getting a different, not only a different formulation, but we're getting less product. Okay, friends, now let's go really quick into showing you Star Aura. Now, like I said, there's a third palette. When you're watching this video, it may be already available. I will be leaving all the details of my makeup, what I'm using today, as well as the products that I'm reviewing today on the description box below. There will be a link if you want to shop through my links. You know, you help this channel. You know the drill right there. I don't have to teach you anything of that. I think we all know by now. Now, here it is, Star Aura. Now, the other one looks actually very pretty. The third one, it looks more of like that bronzy, warmer tone shades. This looks more like champagne with some pinks. So let's go ahead and let's start the first eye look. I will do one eye look for each eye, and then we take it from there. So the embossing will come off kind of like right away. Now, you know what? The formula looks, I mean, there's no matte shades right here on this specific quad. They are all what it looks like, a very sparkly satin finish. Not a lot of glitter though, except for the very first one. It has just a little bit of sparkles, but they are not chunky glitters. You know what? It kind of reminds me a little bit to the Tom Ford formula, the wet and dry formula, in the sense of like, you know, how soft and smooth it is, something along those lines. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started right here. I'm gonna start with this first shade. Now, the way that this system works is that you will have to prime with this shade, enhance with this one, define with this one, and smoke out with the deepest shade. So let's start with this shade right here, and we're just gonna follow kind of the directions. I'm gonna prime my eyelid, and I'm using my Scott Barnes number 62 brush. You know that I love this brush. Sonia G Worker Pro. And I'm taking this shade and I'm applying it from half of my eyelid to the outer third. Now for those who are new here, welcome. I'm super happy that you're here. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I do have a light to medium skin tone. I will be leaving my foundation matches on the description box below, so that way it can give you a reference on how these may look like on your skin tone. This is a beautiful pink shade, not surprising from Charlotte though. And you know what? This shade, I'm just gonna take it on the inner portion too, so I'm basically just covering my entire eyelid with this. Sonia G Soft Shader, and I'm gonna take this shade and actually apply it on the outer third of the eyelid. Sonia G Flat Definer, and I'm just gonna define my upper lash line with this shade. Now this shade is not very deep though, it's still very light. Now I'm gonna go back to this shade right here, and I'm gonna take it on my lower lashes, and then I'm taking this shade right here and I'm gonna define and smoke my lower lash line too. Refer 03 brush, I'm gonna go to the lightest shade and I'm gonna apply it on my inner corner and also on my brow bone. Okay, I'm gonna try this same shade right here with a flat definer, and I'm gonna go ahead and wet it with some MAC Fix Plus. Okay, that definitely helped intensify this look. You know what? I'm gonna do the same thing with this pink shade right here. Again, I'm gonna wet it with some MAC Fix Plus. And then let's go ahead and try it with finger application. You can build it on, and you know what? I like it that it's not chunky, it's not creasing either. Really nice formula. For lashes, I'm going to be using Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lashes. Completely done with this eye look, but before we jump into Diva Light Squad, let's go ahead and compare the Star Aura palette with Soleil de Hiver by Tom Ford. I think, sorry, right here, let's see, right there. I think there's certain similarities on the shades, very alike. As far as weight goes, the one from Tom Ford comes with 6 grams, so you get almost 3 times the amount of these. But I will have to say that the formulation is very alike. Now this palette right here, I don't know if you will be able to find it. If I find it, I will make sure again to put it in the description box below. And the ones from Tom Ford is, I will say, I shouldn't say chunky, but it does have a little bit more pigmentation to it, like right away. Yet, I mean, very alike. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put them side by side. Definitely, they each have their own personality. They are not identical, but they are alike. Now I have right here First Frost. This one right here is from their Holiday 2020 collection. So I'm just gonna go ahead and swatch it. Beautiful palette. Oh, this palette is just extraordinary beautiful. You know, kind of same vibes. I think First Frost is a little bit cooler in tone. I will say the one from Charlotte is still in the neutral tone. It's not too cool tone. It's kind of lands in between Soleil d'Hiver and First Frost. Let's say that. I mean, very alike. In fact, the pink shade from Charlotte Tilbury is very alike to the one from First Frost, but First Frost has a little bit more sparkles. But you know what? It's very alike in that formulation. Okay, friends, now let's go into the second quad, which is Diva Lights. Beauty right here. Oh wow, this shade right here is so pretty. Is that a coppery tone? Very beautiful. And this shade right here, although it looks black on the pan, It's black, but it has a blue undertone to it. Like a blue base. Just build up this one a little bit more. Very, very pretty. Okay, let's go ahead and let's start. I will go again with this first shade and Scott Barnes number 62 brush. And I'm gonna prime my lid with this shade. Okay, this is a little bit warmer in tone. Sonia G Builder Pro. And I'm taking this shade from the inner portion all the way to the middle of the eyelid. Sonia G Soft Shader. And this is a very nice taupey shade. I'm gonna deepen out the outer third. And with whatever is remaining, I'm gonna take it right on the crease. Now, out of all the shades on this quad, this shade right here is the only one that has a matte formulation. Different matte than what we are, used to see from Charlotte. And I'm just gonna line my upper lash line. Sonia G Soft Shader, and I'm gonna take this shade right here and I'm just gonna smoke out a little bit my lower lashes. And then I'm gonna go back to the deepest shade and I'm just gonna line my lower lash line. With the Sonia G Worker Pro, I'm going back again to this copper shade, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use again my MAC Fix Glass. I'm gonna wet it. And let's get it a little bit more intense. I mean, you can use your finger too if you want to. Refer 03 brush, and let's go to the lighter shade. And I'm applying it here on the inner portion of my lid and also on my brow bone. For lashes, Pillow Top Push-Up Lashes. And for my lips, I'm using Very Victoria. I went ahead and also swatched right next Star Aura to Diva Light, so you can see the difference. Definitely in Star Aura, it's a little bit cooler in tone. Okay friends, and now into my final thoughts about these quads right here. Again, like I mentioned to you, the formulation is very alike to the Tom Ford one. It's very different from the other formulas that we have seen from Charlotte Tilbury's different quads. Even her bigger, larger eyeshadow palette, I'm talking about the Icon, also her 12-pan palette, is very different. Now, color story, I think Diva Lights you can find not in the same group like color story wise, but I like shades on different quads from Charlotte. And then as far as Star Aura, I like the idea that she went the route of a little bit more of a cooler tone. Out of the two, Star Aura is the one that I like the most. I'm very excited to try the other one. I don't remember the name, but I'm sure when you see this video, most likely it will be already available. Otherwise, if not, I think will be the 29th, December 29th. Again, everything will be on the description box below, so that way it's easier for you. And I will keep you posted on my Instagram and on my community tab. That one right there looks a little bit more warmer in tone, kind of like a different take from Copper Charge. It kind of reminds me a little bit of that, but with this new formula. Now, this new formula, I have to say, it will be really nice for those of us. I do have more of mature eyes, hooded eyes, folds on my eyes, and it doesn't emphasize the folds. I don't want to say shimmer because it's kind of like a satiny, leaning to almost metallic-y, but not super metallic. It's so lightweight, not chunky, that it doesn't emphasize the signs of aging. So I think it's really complementary, whether you are presenting signs of aging or simply you have folds on your eyelids and you don't want to emphasize anything of that. Kind of reminds me to the formula of her Mesmerize cream eyeshadows. I have them right here, like this formula right here, that is super thin, it glides on super easy, it doesn't crease on the eyelids. To me is that formula, but in the powder version. which is really interesting, and I really like it. And like I said, out of the two, Star Aura, and then I'm excited to try the other one. The Diva Lights, I see it as a palette that, you know, it's multi-use, because Diva Lights is the one that you can use it, you know, for evening looks per se. Oh, where they went? Sorry, in my little mess, which is not that messy anymore. I actually kind of decluttered a little, and anyhow, going back to this palette right here. But I mean, if you use this section right here, it will be more like, you know, everyday look. You can use just one shade and done. This shade right here, I wasn't able to see it too much in my eyes, and usually I don't use blacks or these type of shades, so perhaps that's why this is not my favorite palette. Not that I dislike it, but I know I'm not gonna grab towards to it. Also for, yeah, just because of that, I think I think that's why this is my least favorite out of the two. But I see, you know, the potential of these. Like I said, they are so much as the cream eyeshadows in that sense of not a consistency but a finish, that it will be really easy to use either this shade or this shade right here, one swipe and done. That's how I feel about it. And like I said, with this Diva Lights palette, you can achieve not only a daytime look, but also an evening look, a more, you know, profound look like I'm using right now. If you use the black shade, this one right here for me is like an everyday look, so simple, glamorous, but not too loud, you know, like for everyday. And honestly, if I'm talking about my everyday looks, I'm not one of the persons that I'm gonna be using like very loud eyeshadows on everyday basis. It depends obviously also on the occasion and, you know, how I'm feeling that day. Sometimes I put more makeup than other days, but on a regular basis I just go the simple route, and I like the cool tones. You know, I have been on a kick of cool tones, so I think Star Aura is my favorite one. Okay friends, and then as far as pricing goes, like I said, is a lot less expensive for manufacturing products when you don't have to completely redo, you know, these plastic cases, you know, all the components that goes inside, you know, even these right here, you know, it's a little bit easier and less of a investment to just change the cover, you know. So I don't know where is she going with this Hollywood line, if it's something that it will progress or not, because as of right now it shows on her website that these items are limited edition. So it seems like it perhaps will be something like Fire Rose. Okay my friends, so I think this makes it for this review. I want to say to all of you, thank you so much for all of you guys. I have told you that I haven't been feeling really well. I want to tell you that I have experienced a miracle in my life, and I want to share it with all of you. I know that you didn't came for this, you know, this video. So if you are heading out, you know, completely fine. But I want to share with you that honestly, I wasn't feeling good at all for almost 2 months, and I thought I had cancer. So that's why I was like stepping back. I couldn't complete my Vlogmas as I wanted it, and I had, you know, fallen into a very deep depression. And I honestly have experienced what is a miracle. When I went to the last doctor, I felt the presence of God in there. And with this, I want to wrap up this video. I know the story will be long if I tell you all what I have experienced, but one thing I have to say, for this 2021 that is arriving, have faith. Have faith. And faith is not having hopes for a better 2021, hopes for a change in your life. Faith is truly believing that what you wanted, it has already happened, and that is present in your life. And that's the same faith that I acted it when I was not feeling well. And when I call the Lord and I call the Holy Spirit, that's where the miracle happened, because my faith was strong. I didn't just have hopes and doubts, but I just have an enormous faith. And that's what I want to tell you. Just have faith for today, for 2021. I know it has been terrible 2020. You know guys, I do have 2 restaurants, and you know, we have to make changes, and who knows, you know, but I think the most important part is acting with faith so that we can endure these times. I love you so much. I'm wishing you all you guys the very, very, very best 2021. I will see you then. Thank you so much again for always being here, for all of you guys who messaged me, called me, texted me, asking for my health, all of those who have prayed for me. I'm forever grateful to you. Thank you so, so much. You are angels in my life. Okay friends, so with this I want to wrap up this video, and if you haven't done so yet, I don't think that you have to wait any longer. Just go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It's completely free, and do not forget to ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. And it will be amazing if we can grow our family on Instagram. If you like this video, do not forget to give it that thumbs up. Also share it with family and friends, and until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Until 2021, bye bye.